Welcome into the Volling Out podcast. I'm your host Jordan here with Russell B. Wright tonight. How you doing, baby?
Oh, Jordan, a little somber tonight, man. A little somber tonight. Lost a legend today.
I know it, man. East Tennessee lost a great one. We did. R.I.P. Dolly Parton.
Yeah, man, that's tough. Big personality around here, but not just personality, just a great human in general.
Yeah.
A lot of things she did around this area for East Tennessee in general and the state of Tennessee in general. You think about Dollywood, it being such a landmark in the Sevier County area, which we're very close to, Jordan,
Right.
Her being such an ambassador, not only for this state, but the University of Tennessee, a program we talk about here on this program a lot. And something that we both really love. She loved Tennessee as a state, as a program that we talk about, just in general. Like I said, just a good person. We lost a great human being today. Sad.
We did. I know I have one of my football parents work down at the courthouse, and she said 5 minutes after it was put out there that she had passed, they were already down there putting stuff out at her statue and everything else. It was, Dolly's very, very, very loved around here, and for good reason. She done a lot for this area, especially, back in 2016 after the wildfires and, after Hurricane Helene come through, and just, she's always been right here,
She was the true meaning of a volunteer, Jordan. She was the true meaning of a volunteer. What it means to be a volunteer in this state. You mentioned the wildfires. It wasn't just us that she helped, man. There was plenty of disasters that happened around this area, around Tennessee in general. These hurricanes and stuff that's happened over the last 15, 20 years that's devastated areas such as, Katrina. Can't remember the one that hit Florida that was so devastating. Dolly helped those places. Man, she provided a lot of money to take into resources to get fresh water or, soap or whatever, clothes, anything that you needed supplies wise. She donated a lot of money to that kind of stuff. We, like I said, lost a good one today, but the good Lord above received a good one today. So.
Well, I seen one of my, and I'm gonna shout him out on here. One of my buddies, he's a Bama fan, but he very supportive of me, and actually took an interest in my little football team last year. His name's Kevin. He put it best on his Facebook today. He said he took Dolly because he didn't want nobody else in this shitty world, and I would have to agree with that.
Sure,
I would have to agree with it.
I want to shout out. I want to shout out too for Twitter here, man. Big thing for Twitter. Georgia posted up, and it's not the Georgia page in specific. A Georgia fan made a video where he honored Dolly, honored us. Give Tennessee a shout out, give Dolly a shout out. R.I.P. Dolly. With a big heart, and I think that's been the sentiment on Twitter for me, looking down the timeline, is just several fan bases, and it's crazy that we've got to a football fan base with Dolly Parton, but she meant that much to us, and people know that she meant that much to us, that they're like, Tennessee might be aggravating. We might hate those fans sometimes, but they lost somebody and we got to be there for them.
Yeah, football is at the end of the day, football's community, and we're there for each other one way or the other. And I want to say this too. She's up there with her Uncle Bill. Uncle Bill was near and dear to me. I was a pallbearer at his funeral a few years back. God rest his soul. He was a good man. He was always good to me. It's good to I'm sure they're having a big time up there tonight. So here's to them, Yeah.
Sure.
Buddy, that being said, let's kind of get down to business.
Here we go.
Buddy. So we were going to kind of save this for later on, but hype sort of forced her hand.
Sure.
We now have our starter. No surprise here, though, for us, though. I don't think for either one of us, it's Faison Brandon.
Sure. Hop doing the unthinkable here for me. Me and you has talked off the pod last few days, trying to make our minds up if we wanted to record this yet or not. We had to really get some stuff together so we could hit some factual points here about Faison. But Hop has not ever named a starting quarterback, to my knowledge, before game one. Usually he trots his guy out there. There's a perceived, thinking of who the number one's going to be. He trots his guy out there. Boom, that's his number one. He never names a starter. It was like the media, the fan base, a lot of people, Hop forced our hand tonight, but it's like we forced his hand. Give us an answer. We want to know. But shout out to Hop, mate. I think he made the right decision, man. Faison's our best option to win games immediately.
I would agree with that. And I'll tell you this, though. I think the reason that up until now, he's never hit, because I'm like you, I don't remember him naming one this early. It's usually week of.
Mm-hmm.
I think the reason that he went ahead and named him the starter this early, there's no film on him.
Sure.
None whatsoever. We've seen film on JoJo.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Joe, who is killing it for Dallas in the preseason, had a great game the other night.
Wearing it out.
There's film on Hendon Hooker. Yeah.
Yes, a lot.
There was film on Hendon Hooker.
There was 2 seasons worth of film on Hooker before he came in here.
Yeah.
So that was crazy.
There was film on Milton before Milton even stepped foot on up here.
Mm-hmm.
There was film on Nico, but it was one game.
Yeah.
And honestly, I think if he would have named anybody but Nico, if he would have named anybody but Nico, the fan base would have had a meltdown. It's just, I don't know, man. I think people will argue, well, he started Joey Aguilar last year, and nobody had film on him here. No, they had film on him. It, like you say, it just wasn't here.
Sure. I mean, I watched plenty of film on Joey when he named Joey the starter. I watched plenty of film from him playing with App State. And the guy looked better here than he looked at App State. And that's another guy, Jordan, that's looked incredible in the preseason in football, by the way, in NFL. He's looked good for the Jags so far. But that's 2 Hop coach quarterbacks that a lot of people, was kind of on the fence about. They made a little, rash decisions throwing the ball. They put it in where maybe a lot of quarterbacks wouldn't venture to. Now they're both really successful in the next stage of the game. I think it's a testament to what Hop can do as a head coach.
But it's kind of ironic to see our boy out here in the 11. He did choose number 11, Chocolate Rocket 2.0. He is the first, and okay, so we got to get specific with this one. He's the first true freshman quarterback to start a season opener for the Vols since Brent Schaefer in 2004, splitting time with Eric Ames that year.
He was. And I think me and you mentioned that too, Jordan. I think me and you mentioned that this QB battle was very reminiscent of that 2004 QB battle between Eric Ainge and Brent Schaefer.
Yeah. I think now you're kind of, it's one of those deals where, for a little while you can get away with running with 2, but if you got 2, you ain't got 1.
True.
And this is the second all-time he's only the second true freshman all-time 2-starter season opener for Tennessee. So,
I mean, for me, honestly, like I said it before, it's the right pick for Hop. It's the right decision. This gives us our best opportunity to win games, and this is not a shot at George. I want to say something too here. George is a great talent. He is. He's a very accurate quarterback. He's a good quarterback. Faison is that much better. They wouldn't have given him the gig if he wasn't. I am afraid that George McIntyre will transfer after this season. I'm sure he will. His talent deserves to start somewhere. That being said, he wears 11, which I think's awesome. I think that's a great pick of number. Loved 11 on any quarterback. I think 11's a really good, sexy number on a quarterback. Underrated number on a quarterback.
Yeah.
And I'm happy. I'm happy to see what Faison can do with down the field play. Because I heard, and it's just hearsay from the scrimmage, I heard George was really comfortable throwing short intermediate routes. Faison was the one that was more comfortable pushing it down the field. Jordan, man, you've seen what happens when we have a quarterback that's willing to push the ball down the field. We score a lot of points, and we can score a lot of points that way. That big play's there. We are an exciting team when we have that, and I think Hop saw that, and that's the reason he pulled the trigger on him more than anything.
Well, you and I have talked about it. Upside is big. The legs were the decision.
Sure.
Were the deciding factor here. The last one we kind of had that, and don't get me wrong, Joe had some wheels, but Joe didn't.
Yep.
Joe wasn't relied on much to run. Upside's big with Faison. That's why he's a starter. Legs were the deciding factor. Couple quick notes here though. Other notable true freshmen for the Vols to start in a game: Peyton Manning, 1994. Who the hell is that guy? Casey Clausen in 2000. Tyler Bray, 2010. I'm sure there's some others, but those are some of the notable ones. And also, Faison is the only true freshman outside of Dylan Gabriel at Central Florida Heupel has ever declared starting quarterback. Gabriel went 9-3 at Central Florida, so I trust Hype. I trust him. That's our guy.
I'm going to say this
or die with him.
I'm going to say this: Faison's a better quarterback than Gabriel was. When Gabriel took the reins at UCF as a true freshman, this version of Faison versus that version of Dylan Gabriel, Faison's better. So I think, like I said, this was the best. Hop knew this was the decision, or he wouldn't have made this decision.
I think
he knows his quarterback position better than anybody else. If he didn't, he wouldn't be here. He's played quarterback.
We've talked about it before, man. He watches practice every day. We don't. We just get to speculate. Hey, let's run it. We got a week's time before we take the field against Furman. I think that's a good time to break him in. Let him open up the playbook just a little bit and go on from there. But let's talk about the guys protecting him this year. All right,
okay,
because we've got a little bit here to talk about. Let's go ahead and throw them up here. Boom! We're getting fancy on Vol. Now,
bang,
baby.
Bang!
Look at that!
Oh man,
David Sanders, son, second. But this is a big stat.
It is
to talk about with this offensive line because they are supposed to be, real good. And from everything I've heard, they're good at run protect. They're good at run blocking. They're having a hard time with pass protection.
Yeah,
and
the run blocking's there.
Push the ball down the field this year.
Yeah.
But so I'm going to say this. That sounds and I've said it before on here. This season has a 2022 vibe to it, and that's why we've seen the hurry up before.
Yep.
That offensive line and those big plays, weren't great at pass protecting, but they hit those big plays because we'd hurry up, we'd line up. They only had to protect for 3 seconds, which typically that's what you want, but the big plays were there, and it was because we were running that hurry up. It's going to be fun to watch this year, man.
I think my biggest question mark on this offensive line, I'm going to go right tackle, and I think that is the majority of the fan base. Croy Williams is somebody that we haven't really seen on this offensive line. The other 4 guys played some for us last year or started. You think about
Wendell Moe Jr.
Obviously, David Sanders, the biggest name there. The guy who I'm most excited to see this year is Sam Pendleton, center for us. He's to me, he can take that next step forward. He has a real opportunity to get himself into the second, maybe the first round of drafts this year with a really solid season, because he's a great player, but he didn't necessarily meet the hype that he should have last year. You know, he was a very highly touted guy we got to come down here and play for us, but he didn't really live up to what we wanted. He was good.
Yeah.
Reminded me a lot of like John Mateer at Oklahoma. Very sexy kid.
Right.
Played well, not to the hype that he was given. Penalty this year. You mentioned Wendell Moe. That dude, he's great.
Son.
That whole left side of our line with David Sanders and him, we should be really good on the blind side of Faison.
Yeah.
So that's a big plus. You know, if we're weakest part's going to be where Faison can see it with his eyes, use his legs to avoid getting hit a big hit, I'll take that being our weakness on that side. Cover his back. And we should be fine.
I got Jesse Perry and, like you said, Ori Williams over there on that one side. I think we'll be okay though. I do. I mean, it's early yet, and here's the thing about this kind of talk. You know, right now we could be sitting here talking like, well, that right side's weak. They could be really damn good. Our defensive line could just be that damn good too.
Sure.
You know?
Sure.
They're going to play a bit regardless, though. It doesn't matter what level of football you're on. This group right here, this unit right here, is where it all starts and ends. That's the end all be all right there.
I mean, that's how championship teams are built, man, from the inside out. You build from the inside out. You work the defensive and offensive lines, and you work your way out from there. You build around those guys, because at the end of the day, whether you're passing or running the ball, like you said, this unit makes it run. You got to have protection to pass. You got to have blocking to run, and it starts there.
Yep.
So if we've got the second best unit in the country, we've got a real opportunity to win a lot of games this year if we play it smart.
Right. And shout out to Volology for the pick there. We got to give credit where credit's due. Very well done. That's a hell of a smile and a hell of a stud in the ear there of old David. All right, buddy. That being said,
kid looks good.
He looks happy. That's important too. That being said, let's go on to the next group here. That's going to be running behind this bunch. Deshaun Bishop and the running back room.
Yes, sir.
But he looks like an absolute stallion this year.
Man,
that strength and conditioning coach has done him some good.
He's piled on probably 5 to 10 pounds, but it's all muscle. You see it in the definition. His arm definition's picked up, and his arms weren't not defined last year. They're defined much more this year.
Right.
The lower body looks thicker, looks better. He looks thicker around the midsection, but not in an unhealthy way. You know, not like Eddie Lacy, you know, more
go Pack, go baby,
more athletic, you know. Another guy that I really like though, because Deshaun Bishop is gonna be the bell cow here. Make no mistake about it. We're looking at a 250 plus carry guy this year, if not more. Probably gets near the 1,200 yard mark, if not over. I'm going to say at least probably close to 20 touchdowns. He had 16 last year. So Dwayne Morris, I'm excited to see what he can do. We haven't got to see him. At least if we have, I don't remember. if he played last year.
No, I don't.
Slipped
I
my
remember
mind.
seeing much of him.
I don't think he did. That name doesn't ring a bell to me, so I'm excited to see what we've got.
It was mostly
because behind him is going to be a big deal for me. Hop runs the ball.
Yeah,
it
was
lot.
mostly Bishop and it was
Go
mostly
ahead.
Bishop and Starr last year. So
yeah,
no, I'm sorry. It was mostly Bishop and Starr last year. I hate not having Starr Thomas this year. That kid was good. He was solid.
So who I'm seeing on my end is third on my depth chart here is Javin Gordon, another guy who I'm not sure about. But we're gonna be 3 running backs deep regardless. We're gonna drop probably 3 running backs out there every Saturday. Let them get some touches. I mean, I won't be surprised if we see Justin Baker get a couple of touches in here too. 4th guy on the depth. Yeah. He might get a few touches in there. But Deshaun Bishop should dominate this backfield. He should be one of the top tier guys in the SEC. I don't know if he'll be one at the end of the year like we had with Dylan Sampson, but it'll be damn close. He's talented.
Yeah. I mean, he is, man. And he's a local boy too.
To Deshaun Bishop's favor too, you mentioned it. We got the strength and conditioning coach. He has him. Dylan Sampson didn't. So we'll see how it goes. But I'm happy to see Deshaun Bishop. This is one of my favorite returners on the entire team. I'm glad we got him back.
Yeah. Could you imagine having him and Peyton Lewis back this year, though? That would be fantastic. But, hey, it is what it is.
Starting up there for Virginia.
Good luck to P. Lou. Buddy, let's this is one I'm really excited to talk about, though. Let's talk about who Faison's going to be throwing the ball to.
Here we go.
Look at this. Look at this. This right here is just downright sexy.
Boom.
Who? And that's not even all of them.
I'm going to say it right now. Best wide receiver combo in the country.
Man, they both had over 800 yards last year. I want to say one had 4, one had 5 touchdowns right off the top of my head. I know Staley had 4.
Right. Stats have eluded me there too.
They were just rock solid last year. I mean, like you knew if it was going to one of those two, you knew something was going to happen.
Staley really broke out for me last year.
Yeah,
Staley was good coming into last year. I had a lot of high hopes for him. He broke out last year where as going into the season, I really thought it was going to be Mike Matthews' depth chart, so to speak. I thought he was going to be the one. He was really highly touted. You hardly heard a whole lot about Braylon. You did, but not as much about him as you did Matthews. Staley broke out, man. He's the number 1 on this depth chart. He's the number 1 receiver in this room. Mike Matthews right behind him. Now, I don't know where you feel our third receiver is going to be here, Jordan, but I've got a couple of names that I wouldn't mind seeing get some reps. I'd love to see. I think you pronounce it Radavius Jackson.
Radarius Jackson.
Is it Radarius? Okay, Radarius Jackson. Love that kid. From what I've seen from him in the small little tidbits of clips I've saw in training camp, things like that. And TK Keys.
Oh, dude, we got that. That's the one I'm waiting on this year. If he comes on this year, that's the one right there that will make the difference in a game, winning a game or two this year, honestly, because we're gonna play defenses good enough to cover those two and force us to run the ball and have to hit somebody in the slot that's not a tight end. And that kid's good enough to do it. There's a reason LSU wanted him so damn bad. There's a reason Alabama wanted him so damn bad. It's because he's good. We've got that's not even just that, man. Like we've got, it seems like we're going to mention some no names here, and they're really not. But Joaquin Dotson, I'm pretty sure that's the kid that housed one in the Music City Bowl last year and looked good doing it.
Another good return, another good special teams returner. Golly, that's hard to get out. But another good special teams returner right there, Jordan, that you mentioned. Those are key.
Yeah. And then we got Travis Smith Jr. He's seen some time last year. I I'm not down. I'm not so down on this offense. I mean, my God, man, we returned 8 starters, 8 out of 11. It's pretty damn good.
You know, I'm going to be honest with you. The my fifth guy here, Jordan, and the guy that I'm probably most excited about, Tyreek King. He's hidden.
Yeah, that's a good one too.
He's hidden on this depth chart. He is. He's a guy that we're eventually going to lose these 2 dudes that are pictured. You know, Staley's going to go to the NFL.
Probably.
He's going to be a really successful receiver in the NFL, and so is Mike Matthews more than likely. These guys run a very specific offense in college that translates pretty decently to the NFL game if you know how to run routes. Yeah. Staley knows how to run routes pretty decently. Mike Matthews, fantastic route runner as well. Those 2 dudes are going to get drafted. Eventually, we have to have guys come in. Tyreek King might not be the guy this year. He will make plays for this team eventually. As long as he stays with this team, Tyreek King will eventually be a starter on this team. He's a fantastic player. If you haven't looked him up, look up his high school tape. It's worth a watch. He's good. Yeah. But like I said, we've got so much talent in that room that to me, he would be my 5th guy on my depth chart. No doubt.
I think our top 3 are pretty well spoken for. I think that fourth, that second slot receiver is. Yeah. I think that one's up for the taking. All right, man. I'm excited about this offense.
To your point, though, Jordan, and I think we got to take a stance here at wide receiver the way we did at quarterback. You put the more potential-based player in and let him get some time now. You let TK play third. You let him play third. If he wants to play slot, let him play slot. I actually prefer Mike Matthews in the slot and TK on the outside, but that would just be my preference. TK can go up and get that ball, whereas Mike Matthews is going to fight you for it if he has to.
The thing about it is any of those first 3 guys, you can move them around and do quite a bit out there. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Because Staley can fly, son. Mike Matthews can.
Staley can play any position wide receiver wise on the field.
You know, I think that's that top 3 we're loaded there. Line them up however you want to line them up. Hype. Do it to it, baby.
Get
them the ball. Get them the
ball. I would love to see 2,000-yard seasons out of these guys. 1,000 yards apiece, and I don't think it's out of the realm. I really don't, because they're that talented. Wouldn't mind seeing TK maybe chip in for another couple of hundred, maybe 500 to 700 yards in his freshman season. And get Redavius in there.
I'll tell you, man, if we get 2,000-yard receivers in this offense, it's been a damn good year, and we've surpassed either of our season prediction. Either of our season predictions.
Sure.
Probably by just a game. I mean, that's not going to make a huge difference. But I mean, it's going to help, and so I'm excited I'm excited about this offense, man. But last but certainly not least, though.
Realistically, who's
my leader here?
Who's your leader out of the wide receivers this year? Staley?
Man, I gotta go Staley. I gotta go Staley. I mean, he's not. It's got to be. It's got to be.
It's got to be. I agree. All right.
It's until it's not.
I don't want to be.
We do have another pass catching option out there.
Yes, we do.
Right, we do. And let's get on to the tight end room right here, and shout out Ethan Davis on this. This is a pretty solid picture right here. Bam,
bang, man. Smokey Grays.
That dude's a man horse. Speaking of, we did unveil the Smokey Grays since the last time we've been on and kind of done a news dump, so to speak.
Sure.
I like the new Smokey Grays. They look pretty damn good.
The only thing that I've seen is that I've seen of clash on is the fact that they don't have the power T on the helmet. But here's the thing. the logo font that they're using is the old school logo font. Like, it's old school. It's the U on top of the T. Like, give me that.
Yeah.
Give me that all day.
I
love that.
I like it.
God,
they also didn't go with the gray pants. But
no.
Hey, I can get on board with that.
Well, it makes the gray flash more if you ain't looking like a, what was it, the color rush shit that they used to do in the NFL? Where it was the entire uniform was the same color.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of weird to me. I don't know why. I hate that color match stuff. I think the white.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I wish my Packers would have done a yellow one, a mustard yellow. Just break it out, do it.
That's
back in the day they did it.
That's too loud.
No,
that's too loud.
No,
that's way too loud. You look like the Oregon Ducks out here.
Shoot. But, so that being said, man, we've got a couple here on our list. Ethan Davis, I think that's our clear-cut starter.
He should be.
I mean, he should be. He absolutely
deserves this, man. He's worked his ass off to be the starter this year. This guy's been an absolute dog in this team for a couple seasons.
He's and I mean, dude, he's athletic. He's almost too athletic to play tight end, but he's a matchup nightmare. I'll tell you what, he kind of puts me in the mind of Jason Kroom from back in the day.
Yes.
It was either us or Mississippi State. He come here and we ended up moving him to tight end. Kroom had a pretty decent career here as a tight end. He didn't kill it by no means, but he was solid at tight end.
I tell you, Ethan Davis.
This dude's much more athletic.
He reminds me a lot of, and he's not as big as him. He's athletic. This guy would be more athletic because he was bigger and run just as fast as Ethan Davis. He reminds me a lot of the way he plays, like Mark Andrews played at Oklahoma.
Sure.
Okay. He can get out. He can make plays. He can run any route that you want him to run, and he can catch any ball if you put it near him. But he's just not as big as Mark Andrews. Is his only thing. Right. He's more athletic on that end, but they ran about the same. Like, that's what's crazy about Andrews. But that's what I see in Ethan Davis. We're talking about a guy who was an all Big 12 guy. Mark Andrews was. He was an all Big 12 tight end, all first team. So that's what if we're getting anything close to that with this guy, he should be all close to all SEC for us.
I mean, there's all SEC talent all over the place for us if they'll just play.
I agree.
We don't get hit with the injury bug. What have we got behind this bunch behind him though? Like, what are we working with behind him?
I love Deshaun Bram. I mean, Deshaun Bram's behind him. He's listed as.
I know we've got Trent Thomas, Cole Harrison. We're kind of thin at tight end, not necessarily thin, but we do like to run a lot of two tights.
We do. I think we've got the talent to be just fine running two tight ends, man. I really do. I think Deshaun Bram going to fill in nicely with the second spot there. I don't know what we're going to see from Trent Thomas. We did get to see Cole Harrison play a little bit last year, and he played really well in a fill-in spot for Miles Kesselman when he was hurt, and to Ethan Davis's credit, so did he, and so did Deshaun Bram. All three of those guys played really well last year. Excuse me. Trent Thomas listed third on our depth chart here tells me that he's obviously listed here. He's better than Cole Harrison, a guy who got playing time here last year.
Yeah.
I think we're actually, instead of being thin, I would argue that we're really deep at tight end. I mean, we've got our fourth string guy here got valuable starting playing time last year for us. He got to play in several games and in key moments of those games a lot of the times because we ran 3 tight end sets sometimes last year where he came in. Which
that power set we like to run.
Yeah. I mean, so I don't know. I like our tight ends, man. This is another group. I'm excited about us receiving the ball this year overall.
Yeah.
Our receiver groups are deep.
It's going to be fun doing that this year, bud. It's going to be a fun year for us, man.
Yes.
Before we cut out of here, because we've ran a little long on this one. I don't want to say too long because I don't feel like we have. We've done an hour, but lately we've been trying to keep it more viewer friendly. But let's before we cut out of here, the Vols have a successful offensive season if what happens?
Faison comes out and plays smart. You keep the freshman calm. You keep him out of dangerous situations, run the ball, keep him calm, let him get his composure about him early in games, give him the easy passes, get that confidence up, then let him tear into this defense. Most importantly, let Faison be himself. Don't mold your playing style around Faison, or mold your playing style around Faison. Don't make Faison mold around your playing style. Build around that freshman. Let him make the decisions for this offense. Let him become a leader that he is destined to be for us in the coming seasons this year. I hope our receivers show up like they should. Braylon Staley should be the best receiver on this team. He should be a top 5 receiver in the SEC, if not top 3. I'm hoping Mike Matthews shows up with the same kind of production. The offensive line, if they perform to the stat that we showed earlier, there's no doubt in my mind this team has potential to win 10 plus.
I'm with you.
Offensive line in the country. I think our only big team that's going to give us an issue is probably Texas. If we have that kind of offensive line, they're the only team that matches up even close to us.
I would say Bama's right there with them, but I'm going to kind of echo you there. But I trust our coach, man. I mean, he's good.
Sure.
He's a great quarterback coach. People can say, well, he trusted Joe Milton. Well, Joe wasn't bad.
No,
I don't care what anybody says. Joe wasn't bad.
Take a look at the preseason right now. Tell me Joe's a bad quarterback.
I think Joe has finally got the coaching and the time that he needed to fix his accuracy, things like that, because he had a season here, but Joe also, I'm wanting to say that was first year that after Golish left, that Joe kind of had to adjust to a new coach, things like that.
I'll tell you this, Jordan, hot take right here from me. Joe wasn't as successful as he should have been here because the receivers couldn't catch the damn ball. Sorry. It hit I watched too many balls hit receivers in the hands. He's made those same throws in the preseason this year in the NFL, and those NFL receivers have made the catch. Just saying.
Yeah.
He hasn't. Yeah. His playing style
I would
has not drastically changed from the time he was here to the NFL playing time he's getting right now. He just has people who are willing to catch the damn ball. Plain and simple.
I'm with you. I'm on you. I'm picking up what you're putting down on that one. I'm gonna say the Vols have a successful season on offense if Faison don't get hurt. For one, that's big. That's the biggest thing. 2, we have 2,000-yard wide receivers, and I think we can. I think we.
I do too.
I know we can. But that third guy needs, even a third or fourth guy, if it's 750 yards between two guys, there's going to have to be a third guy step up in that room.
Yep.
I think if we do that, we have 1,000-yard rusher, and say Ethan Davis has 350 yards receiving as a tight end and a couple touchdowns. I'd call that. I'd say we've won a whole lot more than what we thought we were going to, and I think we'll be happy with what we've seen because we're building a future with Faison, and that's one reason why I think hype has went with him is, look at who's coming in next year, DGG baby.
Yep.
That's going to be nasty.
I do have one question, Jordan. After we've ran down the offense tonight, do you have anything you would change about our predictions?
As far as our record goes?
His record goes, yes.
Man, as of right now, I've got to go 9-3 still. I'm going to stick with 9-3. I'm going to hold steady where I'm at.
8-4 for me too. I feel you. I'm the same.
You know, this could be an episode for later on. We could revisit us after, let's say, Auburn, Arkansas. We could recap it that first half of the season, you know, and be like, hey, okay, so here we at. Where are we at? You know, who's closer to being right? Who's closer to being wrong?
Yeah, I mean, if people want to see that, I mean, always hit like and subscribe. We'll take subscribers. We like subscribers.
That's right. It don't take but just a second, and it don't take but just a second to tell your friends or jump in the comments and get on there. You know, it's just a click away.
You got
just a click away. But that being said, let's put a bow on this one and into how we always end it. Go damn Vols, baby.
Go damn Vols.